It's the story that had fans in awe, the rapper who spoke his dream woman into existence, and the woman who gave him the chance to turn fantasy into reality. Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti's love story was something straight out of a hip-hop fairy tale, one that started with admiration, grew into romance, and captured the internet's full attention. But as with many stories that shine brightly in public, there was a quieter truth unfolding behind the scenes, a truth that Angela has now decided to share in her own words. In recent weeks, Angela has opened up in interviews and cryptic posts about what really went wrong in her marriage. And while she hasn't attacked or blamed anyone directly, her words have made it clear that she was living a life that didn't align with the love she truly desired. The world is now realizing that what looked like the perfect power couple may have been built on a foundation that was beautiful, but not entirely balanced. Today, we're diving into the emotional journey that led Angela Simmons to walk away from Yo Gotti and the truth behind her statement that he couldn't fulfill her wishes. When Yo Gotti dropped his 2015 hit Down in the DM, nobody thought it would turn into one of the most memorable celebrity love stories of the decade. In the song, he boldly confessed his crush on Angela Simmons, calling her name out for the world to hear. Fans laughed, admired his honesty, and even encouraged him to shoot his shot. For years, it became a running joke. Gotti wanted Angela Simmons, and he wasn't shy about it. But in 2022, that playful fantasy became reality. Photos started surfacing online. Angela and Yo Gotti together at events, cozy dinners, and luxury trips. What began as admiration turned into partnership. It was the kind of love story that felt meant to be. The mogul who built an empire from the ground up, finally winning over the woman who represented elegance, independence, and legacy. Angela Simmons, known from Run's House and growing up hip-hop, was a household name for her grace and her strong sense of purpose. Yo Gotti, a self-made success story from Memphis, was admired for his discipline, business empire, and undeniable charisma. Together, they looked unstoppable, beauty and hustle combined. Their relationship became the internet's favorite talking point. Fans called them goals. They shared moments of joy, luxury, and success. On the outside, it looked like love finally found its balance. But like many high-profile romances, the pressure of fame, expectations, and differing lifestyles began to quietly eat away at that picture-perfect image. According to people close to the couple, the relationship started to shift when the honeymoon phase faded and real life set in. Angela was entering a new chapter. She was focused on her businesses, motherhood, and emotional growth. After years in the spotlight, she wanted a sense of peace and partnership that felt grounded. She was searching for more than excitement. She wanted depth, alignment, and someone who could meet her in that sacred space of emotional understanding. Yo Gotti, meanwhile, was still fully immersed in his empire, running CMG Records, signing new artists, touring, and handling business ventures took up most of his time. His grind was relentless, and though Angela admired it, she also began to feel the weight of being in a relationship where quality time and emotional presence were becoming rare. Sources say that while there was love, there were also growing frustrations. Angela reportedly felt unheard and unseen at times, especially as she tried to express her needs for stability and shared vision. The glamorous life that once brought them together was slowly becoming the same lifestyle that pulled them apart. One insider close to the couple described it this way: Angela's a nurturer. She needs emotional connection, consistency, and shared energy. Gotti's a builder. He's always on the move. They loved each other deeply, but their rhythms were different. It wasn't about money or fame. It was about the little things, being there when it mattered, listening instead of reacting, creating moments that felt authentic instead of performative. Angela, who has always lived her life through faith and self-awareness, reportedly began to realize that love wasn't enough if it didn't bring her peace. In a recent interview, Angela broke her silence about the end of her relationship, and while she didn't name names, her words painted a clear picture. Speaking calmly, she said, "At some point, I had to ask myself if I was being fulfilled, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. I've been in situations where things look perfect, but if it doesn't feed your soul, it's not for you." Fans immediately picked up on the undertone. Her statement, "He couldn't fulfill my wishes," wasn't about luxury or extravagance. It was about emotional fulfillment. She wanted communication, gentleness, understanding, and mutual purpose. She wanted a partner who could grow with her on every level. Angela has always been a woman of reflection. Losing her ex-fiancé Sutton Tennyson in a tragic event deeply impacted her life and reshaped how she saw relationships. Since then, she's spoken about wanting a partner who's spiritually aligned, someone who values presence over presentation. And as beautiful as her time with Yo Gotti appeared, she realized that alignment wasn't there anymore. While Angela has been open about her growth, Yo Gotti has remained largely silent, choosing to let his actions and music speak for him. But fans have noticed subtle clues: cryptic posts, lyrics hinting at heartbreak, and quieter social media activity. In one of his recent stories, Gotti posted, "Real love don't fade, it evolves. Sometimes the right timing comes too late." Many took that as a reflection of regret, a sign that he may have realized too late what Angela was trying to communicate. Gotti has always been portrayed as the man who gets what he wants through hard work and persistence. But in love, effort isn't just about pursuit, it's about presence. Those close to the situation say that Gotti respected Angela's decision to walk away, even if it broke him. Their connection was genuine, but sometimes love isn't enough when two people are in different seasons of life. Gotti's focus remains on his businesses and music, but insiders say that Angela's absence has left a mark that might inspire his most personal work yet. Fans are already speculating that his next project will touch on heartbreak and reflection, something we've rarely seen from him before. After all, this wasn't just a breakup for the headlines. It was a chapter in his life that represented both victory and loss. So, what exactly did Angela mean when she said her wishes weren't being fulfilled? From her own words and the pattern of her recent interviews, it's clear she was seeking a deeper emotional connection, something beyond surface-level love. She wanted consistency, alignment, and vulnerability. Angela's ideal partner isn't just someone who matches her success, it's someone who matches her energy, her purpose, and her peace. In her podcast, Angela discussed how relationships can fail even when both people have good intentions. She said, "It's not about who's wrong or right, it's about whether two people can meet each other where they are. Sometimes you just realize that your hearts want different things." That revelation says everything. Yo Gotti was living fast, always in business mode, and Angela was craving stillness and emotional depth. What she called her unfulfilled wishes were the unmet emotional and spiritual needs that every person desires in love: being heard, being understood, and being cherished without having to ask. Their love story was beautiful, but it was built on two people who were growing at different speeds in different directions. And sometimes, no matter how strong the attraction, growth requires distance. Since the breakup, Angela has emerged stronger than ever. She's been focusing on her brand, her fitness journey, and her role as a mother. But most importantly, she's focusing on herself. She shared empowering posts about healing, faith, and rediscovering what happiness means on her own terms. In one viral post, she wrote, "Sometimes God removes you from situations to remind you of your worth. Peace is the most expensive luxury, and I'll never trade it again." That message resonated deeply with her fans. It showed that Angela's decision wasn't made out of anger, but out of self-respect. She chose to walk away from a love that no longer matched her purpose, and in doing so, she found clarity. Of course, the internet has had a field day. Some fans praised Angela for knowing her worth and setting boundaries. Others defended Yo Gotti, arguing that relationships require patience and compromise. But what most agreed on was that both of them brought something real to the table, and sometimes that's all two people can do before they outgrow each other. The conversation surrounding their breakup has sparked bigger discussions about emotional fulfillment and compatibility. It's not enough to look good together, you have to grow together. Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti's story began as a public fairy tale, one that turned into a private lesson in self-discovery and love. She wanted a relationship that filled her heart, not just her calendar, and when that wish went unfulfilled, she had the courage to walk away. Maybe that's the real definition of strength, knowing that peace is worth more than perfection. So, what do you think? Was Angela right to end things when she realized her wishes weren't being met? Or do you think the couple just needed more time to grow together? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.